Good day everyone, my name is Shinatang Chiajo with matrix number 281595. My speech topic today is about fashion. Before we go deeper, let me show you some picture first. First, we'll look at the 1960 fashions, where fashion came into play with bold geometric shapes, bright primary colors, and size-scheduled prints as a trend. Next, 1980s fashions. Disco clothing with platform shoes and bell-bottom pants, jackets and distressed denims, big shoulder pads, and oversized masculine blazers become a popular look for people in 1980s. Then, fashion for 2000s, where people name it as Y2K, where technology intervened in their daily life. Popular outfits for women included mesh or handkerchief tops, box-pleated or leather skirts, shiny pants, and sparkly shoes. For men, Y2K looks usually involve leather jackets, a statement dress shirts, and chunky shoes. While in 2020 was the minimalist fashion. No sharp colors and heavy accessories, high comfy and presentable are the trend in 2020. After gone through the general idea of fashion in each 20 years starting from 1916 until 2020s, what is the first thing that comes through your mind? How do you feel? Is that surprise or make you feel stunned, joy, or fascinated with them? Yes, it is the power of fashion. When I was young, I started to browse on the Pinterest to get some inspiration of my drawing, and accidentally, one vintage photo had attracted me. The photo is about a woman in her shoulder-padded white blouse, thick belt, and patterned trousers, stand firm, showing her hourglass figure. I could exactly feel her power, confidence, and woman's pride in just one photo of her outfit. At that moment, infatuated is the only word that could describe my feelings toward that. I'm totally obsessed. Since then, a girl of 14 started her journey in exploring fashion. When people like me fell in love with fashion, we'll probably start questioning, what does fashion really mean? However, I couldn't find a 100% correct answer on the definition of fashion, since fashion is a universal thing. Everyone all around the world define fashions in million different ways. To me, fashion is personal. We deal with it every day in our life, and it is a reflection of something. However, undeniable that there's a group of people who said that fashion is a waste of time. They told us that they don't care about the clothes they wear unless it can fit to their body, that's enough. So, ladies and gentlemen, back to the question that should fashion be vital? Yes or no? The answer is definitely a yes. Fashion is vital and it should be vital because it reflects personal attitudes and personalities, emotions and sometimes circumstances, and also thought or value. Ladies and gentlemen, don't deny it first, believe in me. I will prove to you that how fashion really means to us. Why fashion is vital? First reason, personal attitude and personality can be shown through fashion. As the saying goes, a man is known by his dress and address. Everyone has their own first impression by looking at their styles and appearance before knowing them. Oftentimes, people get impressed by one's styles, especially fashionable outfits are the most eye-catching. Personal attitudes could be depicted by looking through one's dressing sense. The attitude I mean here is not about the rude attitude or some kind, but the attitude they use to face with themselves, their work, their life, people in the society, and even the whole entire world they have to deal with. This comprises self-confidence and passions toward their life and shows a person's energy. People choose their outfits that could define themselves precisely, which sometimes couldn't explain in words. They decide to who they want to be themselves. That is what we call attitude here. For example, some people dare to wear fashionable clothes in the crowd, which different from others, which mean their personal attitude are more to extrovert and confident to accept all kind of judgment from the strangers. In addition, they wake up an hour or even more earlier than the other to dress up well, which shows that they are very enthusiastic towards their everyday life. Well-dressed persons usually owns a vigorous and an energetic vibe. They love their life very much usually. Sometimes our own fashion not merely change how others perceive us, but even how we think about ourselves. We develop our self-attitude through fashions and style most of the time. I would rather to give my case as an example. When I was in low spirits, I would put on some makeup and dress up myself well to feel empowered and get motivated first before facing with those obstacles in my life. There was even a book, namely Psychology of Dress, by clinical psychologist Dr. Jennifer had wrote about you are what you wear and what clothes reveal about you. The book had emphasized on how important the dressing sense of each individual speaks volumes of one's characters and personalities from a psychologist's perspective. A person's dressing sense speaks volumes of one character and personality, as fashion is a way of signing the internal with the external. For instance, people wearing gaudy clothes with loud makeup are generally optimistic and love partying, while pastel color tone, flowery dress, and cute heels are normally soft, gentle, and obedient outfits for cute girls. Then, people who like blacks and white outfits are usually cool, righteous, and courtesy. Apart from that, people who have a good fashion sense means they have a creative or artsy personality. In short, fashion could show a person's attitude and personality. So, next, I'm going to explain the second reason why fashion is vital. Second reason why fashion is vital, because fashion reflects emotions. We as a human share the same daily question of, what am I going to wear today? However, the question has been solved at the end according to our mood. We decide our outfit choices match and the color combination of outfit according to our emotion. It is also a kind of self-expression. There's even a survey conducted to investigate and prove that fashion is interrelated with emotions. It shows that 96% of people report a change in their emotional states with a change in one style of dressing, while different color of clothing symbolize different types of emotions. For example, cheerful color like vivacious light yellow reflects happiness. White color depicts a clean emotional state, purity, and freshness, while blue symbolizes professionalism and dependability. Pink is romance, red represents enthusiasm, and dark color indicates that an individual is sad or upset. Whereas bright colors not only reflects your happy state of mind, but also make the other happy too. Our emotion reflects when we are wearing our preference color. Furthermore, our styles also shows our circumstances. In particular, we are in workplace or for some specific event. The most common type of clothing for men which shows professionalism in workplace is necktie with blazer. Besides that, financial conditions can be shown by one's outfit too. Branded clothes and luxurious fashion items are considered as some kind of achievement for someone who worked hard to reward themselves. For them, fashions are sometimes represent accomplishment too. For example, my sister as a sales director will buy herself a Kate Spade dress after she exceeds her sales target every year. Apart from that, fashion also symbolizes a decade. As we look at over the last 100 years, the change and influence has been exponential. New trends have been introduced decades after decades. It represents the changes of pop cultures, political attitudes, and inspiring style icons or even movies sometimes to get influence in fashion. Meanwhile, each profession has their own costume that explain their work or position they are currently in. Fashion is a way to recognize a person or understand them before we walk to them. Then, one's outfit could also reflect she or he is in a special event like Halloween costumes, bridal gowns, marathon sportswear, and so on. They are all fashion. To sum up, Fashion reflects emotions and perhaps explains one's circumstances. Next, the third reason of why fashion is vital, because fashion could present someone's thought and value. In particular, if you own an open-minded thought, your dressing choices will definitely be sexier and more eye-catching. In contrast, if you are an old-fashioned person, you must choose a relatively conservative clothing to wear. Moreover, fashion also reflects social changes. For example, accordance with the emergence of social media, streetwear explosions has replaced the previous trends for individuals' fashion. People started to choose their high comfy clothes, but not only compared to the price. Quality of fabrics are more emphasized in this era compared to the past. This reflects that people nowadays are prone to have a high quality lifestyle rather than only chase for good looking of their outfits. In spite of that, value is also can be clearly seen by looking on one's fashion sense. Religious elements are also the most common tool to apply in clothing. For example, Islamic religions tend to have batik as their traditional pattern of style. Meanwhile, the cheongsam button is also often used in fashion design to represent the woman's beauty of Chinese elements. In our country, Sabah and Sarawak also own their special fashion costumes, which brought a specialty for them. Every fashion element perhaps have a meaning behind it. Fashion serves a historical value that our ancestors passed to us decades over decades, which we should really appreciate it. Thus, we can say that fashion is a good channel to reflect human thoughts and value. In conclusion, attitude and personality, emotion and circumstances, thought and value can be expressed through your everyday fashion. Fashion is vital. Fashion is everywhere, and you get to decide your fashion taste and destiny. We couldn't reject that. Fashion is unnecessary and none of our business. It represents a lot of things about us. Fashion decides who we are by appearance. Fortunately, fashion is more valued nowadays, and people started to wear nice clothes. Even though everyone's styles evolve according with the age, but we completely discover what we like and what suits us at the moment. We enjoy it at the moment. It is undeniable that fashion is fun. It allows us to be creative, to be original, to stand out, or to fit in or provoke controversy. Hence, do not hesitate to style up yourself. You decide what you wear is a blast since we couldn't control everything in our life, isn't it? That is all for my speech. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope you enjoy your day, and fashion is vital.